Hello and welcome back to Sujata's Cognitive Classroom. In today's class, we will be looking at the cognitive stack. It's going to be a very brief lesson because we really have to get into the details of the stack and see how it works for individuals to really understand it. But you need that background before we can get into those and understand each one of you and to understand me. So let's just set up the framework quickly so that we can dive in and get into the yummy-licious details. Okay, so the mind, as it turns out, is not this big blob of randomness in it. Turns out it's pretty well structured. And you can thank Dr. John Beebe and Carl Gustav Jung and Myers-Briggs and some of the others for this good work. So the way the mind works is that it has two parts. One part that we are conscious of. The other part which is hidden. It's our unconscious. It's hidden to us. The others can see it. And that's what people say, what happened to you? Why did you behave like that? You weren't being yourself. Of course you were being yourself, except you manifested a side of you that is not seen normally. And you don't recognize it yourself. You can't believe you behaved that way. That's because you can't see those parts of your psyche. That's the unconscious process, what we also call the shadow. The conscious process is our glorious self, where we are competent, confident, and cultured. And that's what we like to associate with. And that's where we contribute to society and contribute to ourselves. And it's also where we are fun and we are supportive. Okay? So, however, the life journey that we need to take involves not just building where we are good at, things that we're good at, but also going through the drudgery of working through the parts of us that we don't really want to see and that we don't really like. But we need to air out those areas and integrate them into our, psyche in a more holistic way. And this is called shadow integration, by the way. And that's what makes us individuated people. According to Carl Jung, individuation is the essential purpose of the human existence. And that means, in simple language, our whole life, our primary goal is to try to be our best selves. And to do that, we need to understand how the mind works. It can't be done randomly. The structure that helps us understand our mind is the cognitive stack. Our mind, like I said, has two portions, the conscious portion and the unconscious portion. The conscious processes of the brain consist of four functions, and the unconscious process of our brain consists of four more functions. They're different. So these 8 positions, each position carries one function with it, and all of us have all 8 positions in our minds. Think of our mind like a bookshelf. The first 4 positions of our bookshelf are what we can access easily. The next 4 positions are hidden underground. We can't see them, but in a manner of speaking, others can see it in the sense that they can smell the stench coming from all the rotting stuff happening underneath. We don't want to accept it at all. It's like body odor, You don't recognize it yourself, but everybody else does. But the good thing is, just like body odor, you can clean yourself up and be a fresher, better human being for yourself, and you're more confident when you don't have body odor, and others reach out to you more warmly when you are presentable. So the 4 functions at the top of the bookshelf are the conscious functions. They are called the hero, that's the first position, the good parent, the second position, the eternal child, the third position, our fun side, if you will, silly also, and the fourth is the inferior. In psychological parlance, it's called anima animus. I won't be using that terminology. So again, it's the hero or the dominant position, the good parent or the auxiliary position, the eternal child or the tertiary position, and the inferior. Hero, good parent, eternal child, inferior. This is what we recognize and understand about ourselves. Below that are the 4 shadow functions. These are the opposing function. 5th, opposing function. The 6th, the critical parent. The 2nd was the good parent. This is the critical parent, also called the witch, because it's nagging and it keeps finding faults. Yeah. And that's 5th, 6th, 7th is the trickster, and the 8th is the demon. That's the last and the hardest to access cognitive functions. So 5 opposing, 6 critical parent, 7 trickster, and 8 demon are all hidden beneath the surface. They are underground and we can't see them, but others can. Our job is to raise them above the surface and integrate them with our good conscious cognitive functions and use them the best we can. Okay, so in the next set of videos, we'll be talking about how each personality type uses cognitive functions in each of the 8 positions. And till then, thank you for listening, and leave your comments and your feedback, because I'm sure we will learn from each other. Until next time, bye-bye.